where the shadows grow thin. Shapes of strength in the fight within. Rhythms pounding like the earth's heartbeat. Warriors rise where the worlds compete. Step by step, your legends near. Every kick breaks through the fear. Wisdom flows in the sweat you gain. Buddha cast calls, ignite the flame.
So what possibly connects something like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is centuries old, with modern combat sports, big arenas, big money, and then throw in Tai Chi, yoga, and even video games?
It sounds like a bit of a random mix, doesn't it?
It really does. But today, we're doing a deep dive into some fascinating sources that actually, they reveal these really unexpected links. It's all about physical discipline, mental strength, and how they're kind of shaping things in surprising ways.
Yeah, and our goal here is basically to pull out the key insights, the most important bits from all this material. Think of it as, your shortcut to getting up to speed.
Exactly. Get ready for maybe some surprising facts, maybe a few aha moments that could make you think a bit differently about, movement, mind, and mastery.
Okay, let's get into it.
Absolutely. So let's start on the mats. Specifically, we're looking at Guam, where a real legend in combat sports just visited.
That's right, Master Carlson Gracie Jr. I mean, that name is BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's third-generation Gracie, son of Carlson Sr., grandson of Carlos Gracie, who started it all in Brazil.
Wow. And he just spent a week in Guam, hosted by Rise Martial Arts.
Yeah, and what he found there really struck him. He talked about this thriving jiu-jitsu community.
Thriving, okay.
But more than just the activity level, he said he felt very appreciated, even treated like a chamorro, which is, a pretty strong statement.
Definitely. So what's driving that growth? He mentioned it went from just a few gyms to almost a dozen.
It's remarkable growth, yeah.
Yeah.
But for him, the key takeaway wasn't just the numbers, it was deeper. He talked about personal transformation.
Personal transformation. Okay, unpack that a bit. How does BJJ do that? We think of it as physical, right? Grappling, submissions.
Well, yes, but he sees it as bringing crucial discipline for people who might be, say, hyperactive.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it builds confidence in those who are maybe more shy or reserved.
Okay. So it works both ways.
Exactly. His point is it's not just about learning moves. It's this whole process developing you physically, technically, and mentally. Building self-control, problem-solving, resilience.
And it sounds like he sees its value way beyond just competitions. He mentioned visiting jails, training police.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been in jail to talk to the inmates. He's been training the police department. He really emphasized it as a perfect tool, not just for sport, but for being strong, for surviving everyday life. It's highly adaptable.
That's fascinating. And there's a big anniversary coming up for the Gracie family, too.
Yes. This October in Brazil, they're celebrating 100 years since the first school opened back in 1925.
A century. Incredible.
Yeah. And his message back to Guam was basically keep it up, keep training, keep growing, keep that legacy alive.
Okay, so from those traditional roots of jiu-jitsu, let's pivot. We're moving into the very modern, very high-profile world of combat sports now.
Right. And this next piece is, it's definitely eye-catching. Sources are reporting that President Donald Trump has stated he plans to stage a UFC match, actually, on the White House grounds.
On the White House grounds? Seriously?
That's the plan being reported, yeah. It would tie into the 250th anniversary of American independence. The date mentioned is July 4th, 2026.
And what kind of scale are we talking? A small exhibition or?
No, apparently he envisions a pretty big event. Upward of 20,000 to 25,000 spectators for a full fight.
Wow. 25,000 people on the White House lawn for a UFC fight. That's something.
It certainly is. Now, context here is important. Trump is known to be a big UFC enthusiast. He's close friends with Dana White, the UFC president.
Right. He's been seen at several UFC events recently, UFC 316, for instance.
Exactly. And this isn't just idle talk, apparently. A White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, was quoted saying Trump was dead serious about it.
Dead serious. Okay, this does raise a question, though. I mean, putting politics aside, what does this potential event, even just the idea of it, say about where combat sports like UFC are now in terms of mainstream acceptance? Is this like the ultimate arrival?
That's a really interesting angle. You could argue it represents a new peak in terms of cultural and even political visibility, having a potential event at the White House. That's a powerful symbol.
For sure.
But, UFC's push into the mainstream has been a long game. This isn't happening in a vacuum. They've worked hard for this kind of acceptance over years. Trump's enthusiasm, his friendship with Dana White, it definitely accelerates that visibility, though.
And you even had Conor McGregor jumping in, despite not fighting since 2021.
Yeah, he apparently posted "Count me in" on social media, said he chatted with Dana White about it.
Oh.
It just shows how ingrained UFC has become in pop culture, right? Reaching places you wouldn't have imagined even 10, 15 years ago.
Definitely a sign of the times. Okay, let's shift gears quite significantly now. From the intensity of combat sports to something, well, quieter, but maybe just as impactful on our internal states. We're talking about sleep.
Right. And our sources here have a potentially huge finding. It seems that activities like yoga, Tai Chi, even just walking or jogging, might be some of the absolute best natural ways to improve sleep and fight insomnia.
Better than pills.
Yeah.
Better than therapy.
Potentially rivaling them? Yes. Even cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which is often seen as the gold standard non-drug treatment.
Wow. Okay, that's a big claim. Potentially rivaling pills and CBT. What's the basis for that? Where's this coming from?
It's based on a large analysis published just recently, July 17th, 2025, in BMJ Evidence-Based Medicine. And this wasn't some small study. They reviewed 22 proper randomized clinical trials.
Okay.
Over 1,300 people involved, looking at 13 different ways to treat insomnia. And the significance, well, it's massive when you think about how many people suffer from insomnia. Estimates range from 4% up to maybe 22% of the population.
And it's linked to serious health risks too, isn't it? Like dementia, heart problem.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, the usual drug treatments often have side effects people don't like. And getting CBT, well, there often aren't enough trained therapists, so access is tricky.
Right.
So the really stunning thing here isn't just that, yoga helps a bit. It's that these exercises performed as well as, sometimes better than, the established treatments like drugs or intensive therapy.
Okay, that is a potential game changer.
It totally reframes how we could approach treating insomnia right from the start.
So can you give us some specifics, like what kind of improvements did they actually see with yoga or Tai Chi?
Yeah, the results were pretty impressive. For yoga, it suggested a large increase in total sleep time. We're talking nearly 2 extra hours.
2 hours, wow.
And sleep efficiency went up by nearly 15%. Less time lying awake after falling asleep, too, by almost an hour. It even helped people fall asleep faster, cutting that time by about half an hour.
That's significant. And Tai Chi?
Tai Chi also performed exceptionally well. The analysis said it was significantly better on all subjectively and objectively assessed outcomes than existing treatments for up to 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. Better sleep quality scores, over 50 minutes more total sleep time, less waking up during the night, and falling asleep about 25 minutes quicker.
Incredible. And even just walking.
Even simpler things like walking or jogging showed a large reduction in overall insomnia severity scores. Almost 10 points, which is clinically meaningful.
And this isn't just wishful thinking. There are biological reasons why this might work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's not just placebo. They mentioned plausible biological explanations, like yoga might actually alter brain activity patterns towards relaxation.
Makes sense.
Tai Chi could help calm down the sympathetic nervous system, that's your fight or flight response, and improve emotional regulation. And walking or jogging, well, that can boost melatonin production and increase the amount of deep sleep you get.
And the big advantage is
they're low cost, minimal side effects, and almost anyone can access them, right?
Yeah.
You don't need a specialist appointment months down the line.
Yeah.
Which makes them perfect, as the study says, for integrating into primary care, community health programs, things like that.
You can already see it happening, like the Japanese Friendship Garden in Phoenix offering Tai Chi sessions, telling people to come with an open mind.
Exactly.
It really could change things if people adopt these. Thinking about how we approach sleep, well-being, it's quite profound.
Totally agree. Okay, so now for our final pivot. We're moving from practices aimed at inner calm to the intense mental and sometimes physical demands of modern video games.
Okay.
Specifically, we're looking at a new game called Wuchang, Fallen Feathers. It's from a Chinese developer, Linzi. Comes out July 23rd for PC, PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and it's hitting Xbox Game Pass on day 1, too.
And it's described as a Soulslike game. Now, for anyone listening who isn't familiar, what does Soulslike actually mean? Because that term carries some weight.
It definitely does. Soulslike basically refers to a genre inspired by the Dark Souls series. Think high difficulty, Intricate level design, often minimal storytelling up front, and a big emphasis on learning enemy patterns and precise combat timing.
Punishing, basically.
Punishing, but often rewarding when you finally overcome a challenge. Patience and skill are key. It's about mastering tough encounters.
Got it. So, Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, it's following that formula, but the critique seems to be it might be trying too hard. The review mentioned its changes might be the game's downfall because the new systems are a chore.
Yeah, that's the gist. It's ambitious, faithful to the core Souls-like ideas, but some of its unique mechanics seem to get in the way rather than enhance the experience.
Okay, like what? What makes it a chore? The story sounds complicated enough. You're an amnesiac pirate warrior by Wuchang fighting a feathering sickness in Ming Dynasty China.
Right, the setup is intriguing, but the issues seem to lie more in the gameplay systems. Take the progression system, how you level up and get skills. It's compared to the sphere grid from Final Fantasy X, if you remember that.
Oh.
But apparently it has too much going on, spread across 6 different paths.
6 paths. Oof.
And the real frustration, according to the source, is that you have to spend skill points just to unlock really basic functions. Things like getting more healing flasks or even core combat moves, like being able to deflect attacks properly.
Okay, you have to unlock the ability to deflect. In a Souls-like, that seems fundamental.
Exactly. It's not just complex. It's a design choice that seems to actively hinder the player's ability to engage with the core combat early on. Instead of learning by doing, you're grinding points for basic tools. Though, thankfully, you can respect those points for free at shrines.
Okay. Well, what about this madness system? That sounds interesting.
It is an interesting idea, yeah. It draws on similar concepts in other games in the genre. Basically, as you die or defeat certain enemies, your madness level increases.
And that makes you stronger.
Stronger, yes,
Yeah.
but you also take more damage. So it's a risk-reward kind of thing.
Okay, high risk, high reward. What's the catch? Where does it become a pain, as the review put it?
The pain comes when you die, while at maximum madness. When that happens, an evil doppelganger of your character spawns right where you died.
Uh-oh.
And you have to defeat this doppelganger to get your lost currency back and clear your madness.
Right, like retrieving your souls or blood echoes in other games, but with an extra fight.
Exactly. But here's the kicker. This doppelganger apparently doesn't appear if you die during a boss fight.
Oh, so if you max out your madness fighting a boss and then die.
You're stuck with a max madness debuff taking extra damage unless you deliberately go somewhere else, get killed, fight your doppelganger, and then go back to the boss. It turns an interesting mechanic into a frustrating chore, an extra hoop to jump through that breaks the flow, especially during tough boss encounters.
Yeah, that sounds like it would really undermine the tension of a boss fight. It's not all negative though, right? The game must have some good points.
Oh, absolutely. The review definitely acknowledges strengths. The combat itself, when you can engage with it, uses a spirit point system that sounds quite dynamic. It encourages you to be active, dodge well, play aggressively.
So it rewards skilled play.
Seems like it. And visually, it apparently has great-looking scenes, and the boss designs are unique.
Okay. So summing it up, it's a great effort. Not going to shake up the whole Souls-like genre, maybe, but it has ideas. Perhaps needs refinement.
Pretty much. The reviewer suggests a sequel, if they can perfect the formula, could be an incredible game.
It really highlights that tightrope walk for game designers, doesn't it? Especially in a genre known for challenge. How do you make something complex and demanding without it just becoming frustrating?
It's a very fine line between engaging complexity and just overwhelming the player.
Definitely food for thought. Well, that was quite a journey we took today.
It really was. We went from, the martial arts mats in Guam to potentially the White House lawn for a UFC fight.
Then into the lab, looking at science backing up ancient practices like Tai Chi and yoga for better sleep.
And finally into the challenging digital world of a new video game, grappling with complex systems.
And through all of it, you see these threads, right? The connection between physical action, mental state, discipline, adaptation, they pop up everywhere.
Absolutely. Each deep dive kind of underscores how linked our physical and mental selves are, and how mastering that connection plays out in so many different arenas.
So as you think about everything we've covered today, maybe consider this. How often do seemingly simple actions, whether it's that perfectly timed dodge in a game you're playing or just taking a deep breath in a stressful moment, maybe inspired by Tai Chi, or even just showing up for that workout or that class like the jiu-jitsu practitioners, how often do these things require this incredible blend of just doing it physically, but also having the mental focus and strength behind it?
That's a great point. It's that intersection of mind and body in action.
Yeah. And maybe the bigger question is, how can we take those lessons?
Mm-hmm.
The lessons about discipline, about adapting, about figuring out complex systems, whether it's a BJJ technique, a confusing game mechanic, or even just managing our own sleep. How can we apply those lessons to navigate the challenges in our own lives toward our own goals?
Something to definitely mull over.
Colorizing them, colorizing up.